Momentum is mass times velocity, and light has zero mass. So we would expect its momentum to be zero. But that's wrong. Light happens to have a momentum, and its value is E, the energy of the light, divided by c, its speed. And I always wondered, how did that make any sense? I looked up online and I did find some derivation. My idea was if I can look at the math, maybe I can understand the physics. Boy, was I wrong. Their derivation starts by saying, hey, remember Einstein's equation equals mc squared? And I'm like, yes, I remember this. Okay, this is interesting. Then it goes on to say, hey, E equals mc squared is not the complete equation. Instead, this is the complete Einstein's equation. And then it says, you know what? Since light has zero mass, just substitute mass equal to zero, and look what we get. We get E squared equals pc the whole square, and the squares cancel out, giving you P equals E over C. Ta-da! Yeah, that doesn't explain anything. So I thought I would never be able to understand where light's momentum comes from, where that equation truly comes from. Until I met Feynman. That's right, Feynman blew my mind away. And so by the end of this video, we will have a much deeper insight of why light has momentum even though it has no mass. And we'll be able to use that insight to actually derive that equation much more logically, but more importantly, all by using high school electromagnetism. So if you're ready for this, let's begin. So where do we start? Well, we start by asking Feynman, why does light have momentum even though it has zero mass? And Feynman asks back, Mahesh, why are you so bothered about the fact that something can have momentum even though it doesn't have mass? And I tell Feynman, well, because momentum equals mass times velocity. If you don't have mass, you won't have momentum. And Feynman responds and says, I see the problem. The problem is, Mahesh, this is an approximate formula that only works for a very special case when things are moving much slower than the speed of light. How can you use something like that, something so special, and generalize it and say that that's what momentum is? You see what Feynman is saying? It's kind of like being stuck on an island that only has brown dogs, and then thinking that dogs need to be brown in color. In fact, an animal is only a dog if it is brown in color. You see the problem with that, right? It's only that we have been exposed to brown dogs, but in reality, dogs have nothing to do with being brown. You can have a white dog, you can have any color dog.